All right, welcome back from a extended break.
Right, you welcome back like we was here last week.
I know. We are back. Beauty Beats and Balance 2023.
Yes. And we are not going to say we're not going to go through all that. We're just going to show and prove.
Yeah, we're here. Let's go.
But
But
we want to show you guys the new set.
yeah, it's our new environment right here. Our new set. Yeah, nice little
We
setup.
decided to change it up at Sonstorm.
Absolutely.
I didn't like the little room. I wanted some space.
Yeah.
I wanted some space.
And we're doing some different things. So new space, new ideas, new energy, new vibe, right?
And we will have guests.
We will, because we got all this
got
room
the
now.
space.
We got space now, so we can have some guests for sure.
Yes.
For sure. All right.
Okay.
So what's been going on, Miss Person?
Oh my gosh. Happy New Year, babe.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you.
I feel good about this new year.
You do?
Yeah, I think, I don't know, with COVID and all that stuff been happening, I feel good about 23.
Okay. What are you expecting in 23? What are we speaking into our lives?
We are definitely manifesting.
We're manifesting
in 23.
All right.
You want to talk about resolutions? Did you make some resolutions?
Yeah.
I don't make those, resolutions like I'm just gonna eat vegetables for all of you. I'm not doing all that.
Mm-hmm.
But what I am doing is making a commitment to myself to eat better. And I don't eat bad.
Right. Well, I don't think we eat bad.
But when I say better, I'm trying to eat to live and not live to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's important. Like, I'm drinking my tea as opposed to drinking coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to eat more vegetables. We are going to be eating more vegetables. I'm cooking it.
Right. I think, not because y'all, but I think for our lifestyles and the things we have going on, that the food part kind of is where we kind of fall off because we're so busy.
Yes.
And not being able to necessarily prepare meals all the time.
But I feel like with me now, I'm trying to explore more into fasting.
Okay.
Because I feel like our bodies are working nonstop on trying to digest what we put in our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm kind of exploring that realm where when I do eat, even if I don't eat until later on in the day, because that's how we operate sometimes. We like work, and then won't eat until 4.
Right.
But instead of throwing a Chick-fil-A sandwich in our mouth, we gonna throw some vegetables and some rice.
Come on.
Quinoa.
That's right. So what you made something yesterday? What was that you made?
I just threw that together.
You just threw a little something together real quick.
So it's this girl I follow on Instagram. What's her name? I can't think of her name. I never can think of her name. Elaine. She's on Project Runway.
Oh, okay.
I love her. But I was following her and her husband a while back, and they did, I can't even think of her husband's name, Jeffrey. We just gonna call him Jeffrey.
Okay.
But they called it Jeffrey's Love Bowl. And he just pretty much threw like onions, sweet potatoes, mushrooms, spinach, all kind of stuff. Just sauteed a lot of different things and made like this veggie bowl. And so I was like, oh, I want to make that. So I made that then, but then I kind of wanted to do it again. And I found it when I was in Target. And I was like, yes. Because it was like cauliflower. And Target has the best cauliflower, like the little bag you just buy. So I was like, I'm gonna make that. And so that's what I made when we went to the movies. And I brought it with me.
Oh yeah.
I sure did. You ate some. Moni
I didn't
really
eat
liked
any
it.
of that.
You didn't eat any? Moni really liked it. So that's kind of what I made. I made that bowl, and it was supposed to go on rice.
Yeah.
But Moni actually ate it without rice. She liked it without the rice. Okay. And because the whole gist of it is like the cauliflower is supposed to be kind of like the meat. So I put like some liquid smoke on it. And I put like some barbecue sauce on it. But then I topped mine with like egg. Anyway, it was really good. Yeah. So because we had ran out of cauliflower the next day, we had that bag of kale. So then I was like, okay, what can I throw together? I had a little bit of sweet potato left. So I just did the sweet potatoes on top of the sauteed kale on top of the rice with onion.
You just threw a little something together.
I just threw it together,
It was good though. It really was. And like I said, the kind of the sweet potato mixed with the kale kind of, if you don't pay attention, it almost feels like meat, you know what I'm saying? Or you kind of get that meat texture almost, you know.
Right.
So when you're eating it.
Yeah, like we'll go out and we'll eat stuff like that, but we don't look at it like we can make this at home.
Yeah.
You know?
Quick and
so that's
cheap
what I'm trying to think of. Quick,
right.
Inexpensive, healthier meals for us. Like we got the rice cooker now. So I just throw it in the rice cooker. So we always have rice or quinoa, brown rice, anything like that. And so we'll be able to. What I'm trying to do is make sure we have something just throw in a bowl and take to work with us.
Right, because that's the thing. Like if I don't bring anything, then you know I get a little bit after lunchtime. I'm like, damn, I'm hungry now. I'm starving. Now I gotta go to Chick-fil-A or go down here to the sandwich shop or my new place.
Oh gosh, what's the new place?
The chicken on the stick.
Well, that's not bad. Yeah. I mean, but we also trying to budget, so we don't try to stay out of the restaurants.
That's what we're trying to budget.
Unless it's something special. Like I feel like we need to cook more, unless we're going like on a date night. So
which we're gonna do a whole lot more of those.
That's what we're doing 2023.
We're gonna do more of those.
We're gonna do more date nights.
Absolutely.
Okay. So,
I don't know how the call got in. I didn't try to answer. I think
Alexa,
Siri answered it from the okay.
So that's one thing that we're gonna do for 2023. We're gonna definitely eat to live and not live to eat. And what's my next thing? Oh, so 2022 taught me a lot about like my relationships. Like with family and friends and you and the kids. And so my new thing now is that I'm gonna definitely start just like nurturing those relationships. And I'm sure I've said this before, but I mean it. Like nurturing those relationships, because it's a part 2 to that. So nurturing relationships that are nurturing me and building me and loving me, and really, really focusing on those. And just not like dealing with anything else. Whether that's like anything negative. Like what I'm not about to do in 23.
Tell the people what you're not about to do.
Is I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything anymore. And what I mean by that is like I'm not trying to convince you to love me. I'm not trying to convince you to work hard. I'm not trying to convince you to go to therapy. I'm not trying to convince you to anything. Like that's not my job. My job is to make sure I'm doing those things, you know? So that's something that I'm definitely starting this year, like really focusing on that, like knowing, because I do have slight control issues, I say.
Make sure we record. Can you say that one more time, please?
I'm saying this. I've been working on the control thing, because the one thing I have to learn to do is like turn a lot of things over to God, and so that's like my thing now. Like I can't fix nobody. I can't change nobody. I mean, even with you, you know, I can't change. You know, all I can do is tell you what I need, and either you're going to give me what I need, or you not. And I'm gonna have to find what I need.
What?
I'm not.
What? What? Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's stay there. Let's stay there. What? I got you.
You know what I mean.
I got you.
But you know what I mean, you know. So that's where I'm at, you know. And then I want to just have more experiences.
Yeah.
I feel like we are getting older, and it's like people are dropping like flies.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I feel like we just need to live, and we can't live in these moments of negativity and all this stuff and all this drama just constantly, because it's like, man, it's like
I mean, time's going by while you don't focusing on things that don't matter, right?
Yes. And I'm gonna meditate more.
Okay.
You know, get more centered. I think that's it.
Okay. Well, I think that one of the gist of that is just almost like you said, just living life to the fullest. You know what I'm
gonna love you more.
I'm gonna love you more too, baby. I'll never say it. When have you ever heard me say that, baby?
You gonna do what?
Yeah.
No, for real, I am. I'm gonna,
Yeah.
you know.
I think that's important, like you said, you know, and especially the people that are closest to you, that mean the most to you. Like, you got to make sure they get. For me, is so one of the things I'm gonna do this year is make sure the people that are closest to me and closer to me that mean the most get that time and love shown from me. Because I feel like sometimes, you know, I might go without saying something or even acknowledging it, but in my mind, I'm like, they know I love them like whoa. But it's like, if I don't, some people need to be shown right. Some people need to be shown that or communicated right. Because like I said, in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, it's all good. They know I go to the ends of the earth for them or whatever. But
show me.
You have to show it or even just verbalize it sometimes, you know, and let people know. So that's one thing I want to focus on. And like you said, you know, life is so short. You know, I lost a few, you know, I don't want to say friends, but people that I was close to, grew up with, you know, and things like that this past year. And so, and we're all the same age. So that kind of, you know, it always kind of just puts things back in perspective when you start seeing people, you know, get up out of here like that.
I don't want to put my foot on this cool book.
Yeah, I was going to say, please don't. I thought you were going to put your drink over there.
No,
you know, please don't do that. Mm-hmm. Can we show the book?
Yeah, let's show the book. I found this really cool book for Walter for the studio.
Mm-hmm. It's called Ice Cold, a hip hop jewelry history. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Yeah.
When I saw it, I couldn't leave it in the store.
Good studio stuff. Also, this other cool book I got right here, since we're on books, Stankonia, Chronicling Stankonia. Got that from my cuz with Cafe, how do you pronounce it?
Cafe Noir.
Noir, Cafe Noir, yeah. So she doing some big things, and shout out to her.
Her store open soon, her storefront.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be in there drinking our coffee.
Yeah, because it's gonna be right down the way. Yeah,
yes.
So that's gonna be good. Big things happening in Midtown. So I'm excited about that. Shout out to my cousin J.S. Tate, the actor. If y'all saw Queen Rising, he was in Queen Rising. So yeah, shout out to them. They doing big things.
So yeah, so speaking of let's go ahead and talk about it because I don't want to end on a sad note. Let's go ahead and talk about it now.
Oh,
talk
okay.
about folks checking out of here.
Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, just yesterday,
we got the news.
The Gangsta Boo had passed away. Yeah, and it's that's definitely sad. She was really kind of making I guess going on a second run, like, you know, starting to get back out and do new music. She was actually here in the studio a little over a week ago, doing some recording and working on some new stuff. So it just kind of
so crazy that you like just saw her.
Yeah, like literally in this room we sitting in. You know, we were talking and
because she's done some recording here, right?
Right. She was saying, you know, like, because of course this used to be Cotton Road. So back when I was interning and working here, then, you know, 3-6 and a lot of people were recording here then. And so we were just talking about a week ago, and she was talking about she did, you know, of course, her biggest song, Where Them Dollars At, she recorded that right here. That whole album, Inquiring Minds, she was, you know, talking about she was remembering recording it here and all those times. And so it just said, you know, you see somebody full of life and doing what they love and just enjoying it, and then, you know, you can be out of here just like that. So
man, just like that.
Yeah, that's definitely a big blow to the Memphis community, hip hop community, really just the world in general. You know, a lot of people, of course, grew up on 3-6 and had love and respect for him, and yeah, that's just sad that it happened like that.
You know, I did not grow up on 3-6. Because of course y'all know my style of music I like, but I will have to give her props though, because she did pave the way for a lot of musicians here in Memphis. So you got to give her respect for that, as being a black woman and coming up in the industry. And, you know, I think I read somewhere she said she walks so y'all can run. Like, that's still real, you know.
Yeah. They
might not have been my, you know, my cup of tea all the time, but, you know, of course, when they come on, we gonna, you know, we gonna bounce, you know.
Right. Well, I don't know when you came in. I don't know if you noticed. I was playing some old 3-6 when you walked in this morning.
I did not notice, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is sad, you know, and I mean, but this just has to be said though. We gotta address this issue of these overdoses and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because it was just another
it was just another Memphis rapper that passed from overdose, and it's like, man, I don't know what needs to happen. Like, it didn't have to be like that. And I don't get it. You know, I'm not in that world. Right. But it's sad that, you know, she didn't want to die, I'm sure.
Right. And like I said, I think she had some new music.
She had a lot going on.
New music with Lotto, of course, with Glorilla. Like, she has,
wow. See, you know, and this, man.
And, you know, even, I mean, Dolph last album, you know, of course, he threw a little shout out to her in one of the songs, you know, so, like, she was definitely,
man, you just think about it. We losing a lot of our artists here locally.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate, because they ain't dying of old age.
Right, and as much you know, shine and success that Memphis is having in the music world, we also taking a lot of those losses, you know, in on the other side of that. So that's the unfortunate part about that.
Yeah.
But definitely shout out.
But rest in peace.
Yeah, to Boo and her family and friends. You know, my phone been blowing up all morning. You know, people just calling and talking about things and, you know, trying to set up different things, and so. Yeah, it's a crazy time.
Yeah. Well, let's flip to something a little happier. Yeah. So speaking of Memphis music,
what's up, Memphis?
I've got my little Kirby merch on today. Okay. Y'all can see it.
Okay.
It says "We Don't Funk."
Till after dark. Is that how it goes?
Yes.
Yeah. See,
yes. Okay. Shout out to Kirby. She got her merch, so y'all. Make sure y'all try to pull that up.
Yeah, Kirby, she killing it too.
Man. Oh yeah, she out here. She out here. And,
she outside for sure.
So of course, soon she got some merch out. You know, I'ma buy it. So yeah, shout out to Kirby. She's doing big things for the city and for Mississippi and Memphis.
Okay.
Yeah, she rep Mississippi too.
Okay, that's what's up.
And what's been going on?
I mean, you know, I got my hands in, you know, a little bit of everything, working on a few things. And
we got to catch the people up. We ain't been here.
Okay.
We ain't been here.
New music, new artists.
Oh, gosh, you're so general. Oh, my gosh.
I mean, I don't be trying to just name drop, you know, artists. Yeah, you know, I'm
We're
working
so humble.
I'm working with anybody you think of. Yeah, they in the studio working, we working. I'm working with, I was telling my brother the other day, like, I'm really working on some stuff right now that's, it's almost surreal to me. It's exciting because, you know, I grew up with some of these artists and just listening to them and stuff like that. So being able to work with them and create with them and be in that creative space has been cool. So I'm definitely looking for more of that in this new year. You know, of course, I dropped a single with my man Devin Crutcher, Pedestal. You can go, that's streaming everywhere. Yeah, go check out that Pedestal. David Edwards, we did some new gospel stuff. So, you know, I'm doing rap, gospel, R&B. I got a rock album we finishing up. So I'm doing a little bit of everything.
Well, you know, we're just trying to catch the people up.
I can't complain. It's been good. Studio's been good, and just really looking forward to continuing to build the brand and tap in with a lot of people here in the city and outside the city. So we'll see what
that's what we have to do, Walter. We have to quit being in our own little bubbles. We do.
Are you in a bubble?
I feel like sometimes I can be, but I'm going to branch out. Like I said, I'm going to start nurturing those relationships I need to nurture.
Right. Could we talk about we talk about our time? Well, we've been talking more recently about just, like I said, kind of branching out, getting outside of their bubble and comfort zone and communicating what we love to the people and
I feel like I want to do more collaborating
with
just other artists.
Yep.
Me personally, like I feel like that's something I didn't do last year, but that's because I was so focused on trying to get the salon to where I wanted to be.
Right.
And now I feel like I've done that, and I got to do that before the end of the year for end of 22, which I'm excited about.
Yeah. So
I feel like now the salon is how I want it to be, and now I can start the hiring process and the collaboration process where we can do some bigger and better things.
Yeah. No, I think that's good. I feel the same way, kind of like I'm in a spot where I kind of got things with the studio, you know, kind of somewhat how I want them, and I'm able to not focus on that part as much and focus on other creative things, and like I said, just other ways to branch out. And so I think we both getting there good with that. Yeah.
And then we're gonna redo the studio. So
yeah.
So even though I'm matching the set right now with my shirt, y'all see that? I'm matching the set.
Matching the set.
But yeah, we're gonna do a lot of what you call it? Not renovations. Yeah, I guess you say renovations on the house, on here, over here. Just period. I'm just ready for some newness.
Yeah. Okay.
I am. I'm ready. I get in my
what?
I don't know what to call it, but I get
like
frustrated when things are the same. I need something new. I need to see something new. I need to feel something new.
Okay.
Besides you, I mean, I don't know besides you though.
I mean, hey, no, go, let it all out.
Except for you, I mean you know.
It's a lot of little revelations already. Well, we 10 minutes in, and you okay. Okay.
Oh my gosh, y'all! I've been with Wild. We gonna celebrate what 25 years being together? In February.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Not married, but together,
Yep.
dating, because we never broke up. So. No, one day.
One day.
We broke up for one day. You don't remember that one day? It was the worst day of my life. No.
Please. It wasn't even whole.
It was a whole day we broke up.
Anyway, I don't remember that.
Anyway,
right.
We about to celebrate 25 years of being together. Are we gonna go anywhere?
Yeah.
We gonna go somewhere.
Okay.
I don't care if it's a quick go. Come on back.
Yeah, we're going somewhere. I already got it worked out. It's already planned.
Really?
I'm looking at the confirmation.
Y'all heard it. He is lying. He is lying. But yeah. So yeah, when I talk about those things about being tired, it's never Walter.
Right. Of course.
Even though he get on my nerves.
Yeah. We get on each other's nerve, but I think that's a part of, part of the journey.
Ooh.
Part of the journey.
Yes. But I feel like, even just what our podcast is called, Beauty Beats and Balance, I feel like we, each year, each month that goes by, we're finding more balance in our lives. But it's hard,
we got a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
Like, we really do. Like, just between parents and business owners, like, it's a lot.
I mean, I respect people that can sit on their set and do a podcast consistently, because you have to really just be organized and have the time and balance out your workload at the office, the kids. It's a lot.
It's a lot. But I think even with this, like our new little setup, and I think for me, the mindset going into it is like, okay, it's not. I'm not looking at it like it's a burden or a hassle or
right.
It's not.
It should be something we enjoy.
Right. It should be something we enjoy. Right. And we should enjoy doing it. People, of course, want to see it. They want this from us. We should enjoy doing it. It shouldn't be a burden or hassle. But I think that comes with. I think even just for us the planning part, like we
I feel like we did good today.
That's what I'm saying.
We said we're gonna start at 11.
Right. We said 11.
We did, and we started right like 11:05.
Yeah. But I mean, even just the fact of like getting up this morning, like okay, or even yesterday, like we're gonna do the podcast, and knowing we're gonna get up and do it today, we're gonna get it together, blah blah blah. Just that I don't want to say positive, but just that positive mindset or thought about it.
Because we didn't start this podcast off arguing
at all. And at all. I mean,
y'all don't understand how we start off sometimes. Well, before we're better. I
mean, it's been times we just sit down to do it and start disagreeing about something and don't even do the damn.
Don't even do it.
Forget this shit. Right.
That's not it. Forget this shit.
Right. Right. I'll be like, bye. Right. I can go.
And I'm like,
I can go right over here and get to work. Bye. Right.
But we ain't gonna do that no more.
Yeah. But I think it's just, like I said, it's just the mindset. It's the mindset. It's just the mindset of this is something that we
really want to do it and be consistent, because I feel like people are asking for it. Well, I not feel they are asking for it, and I feel like we have to give
you have to give the people what they want.
Yeah, we do. And, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I do feel like we represent a positive Black couple.
Mm-hmm.
We do want to show the world that it's possible.
Yeah.
To be Black parents, raising kids in Memphis, Tennessee, both being entrepreneurs, and just grinding this thing out and trying to figure it all out, and trying to be healthy and all of that, and just trying to put good vibes out in the world. Like, it's all the things.
Right, all of these things, right.
And I feel like what I'm being led to.
Come on.
Which means Walter is going to be led to this as well.
Because that's another thing. Like, I've known this, but it's like, okay, like,
what you know.
Weird.
I run it.
Yeah, but I don't mind letting you think that, right? So, but we're together. We're a union. We're better together. You know what I'm saying? When we do things.
You're right, and I feel like it is most of the time it's the woman's role to, we're the ones reading the books and listening to the podcasts about self-care, and we're the ones researching diets. Like, most likely it's the women doing that. And now y'all know a man needs a good woman, and y'all know what a man that don't have a good woman look like and act like. But I do take on that role of trying to lead our family into wholeness and wellness.
Yeah.
So one thing I feel like we're being led to is minimalism. Is that the word? Did I say the word right? Minimalism? Okay, is that the word? Being minimalist.
Right.
And so I feel like because of that, I feel like when you have so many things going on, especially if you have things like me and Walter got going on, like businesses, kids, and all that, like, you can't have all this extra stuff. Like, you have to have clear spaces to have a clear mind to think. And so each year I feel like I get closer and closer to that. Like, I don't need a bunch of clothes. I don't need, I don't even want a huge house. The first thing I look at when I see a huge house is a huge responsibility. And no shade to people that want big houses. It's just me personally. I love seeing people in little tiny houses. I'm like, that is the coolest thing, a little tiny house. Yeah. Like, tiny responsibilities, but I don't know.
We're gonna put on shoes and clothes and wigs and mannequin heads and.
That's the thing, Walter. Right. I'm not a shopper like that anymore.
Right, but you got a lot of stuff.
I mean, I used to have more, but even when I look at my closet now, I look at it like, if I don't wear this, if I haven't worn this like the past year, I need to get rid of it.
Okay, good.
No, that's what I'm gonna do. I purge twice a year.
Okay.
You don't know?
I'm saying, yeah. Okay.
I don't understand.
I'm saying you probably have stuff in there now that you not wearing, is what I'm saying.
Yes, I do. Right. And you need to purge too. Yeah. This is coming from the hoarder, okay?
The hoarder, yeah.
Yeah, he's a hoarder.
I'm not a hoarder.
You are a hoarder.
No.
I literally purge twice a year.
See, you throw stuff away when it's still good though. Like,
no,
just because you don't, just because you
didn't
use. If you're
not wearing it, if you're not using it, get rid of it. Clear the space.
I understand. I understand, but some stuff you just get rid of. You just first.
Like what?
It don't matter, whatever it is. I'm gonna rearrange the room. Let's put this on the street.
Yes, now I put a piece of furniture on the street in a minute.
Be a whole bedroom set.
And I put a whole big old sign say free. Come get it. And they come get it. Yeah, and that's one thing that the book that I just ordered is the what's the book called? Afro Minimalist Guide.
Yeah, you did mention that. The
Afro I ordered a book. Well, let me find the title while I'm talking about it. But it did say that, one of the things you need to do is when you do start getting rid of your stuff, you need to give it to somebody else and bless them with it. So it's really hard for me to try to sell stuff. That's why I like to just put it on the street. Whoever needs it, you can come get it at 3 a.m. in the morning. Who cares? Because that person may feel some kind of way about taking things from people, So I'm like, I don't even take it to the Goodwill because I feel like the Goodwill don't need to charge for some things. Like, just give it to people.
Yeah, I agree. I'm like that with clothes. Yeah, if I'm cleaning our clothes. Or...
Yeah. So the book is The Guide to Living with Less. The Afro Minimalist.
Mm-hmm.
The Afro Minimalist Guide to Living with Less. So I did order the book. It should be here tomorrow. But I have another book. Like I watched the Minimalist podcast. I listened to the Minimalist podcast. I watched the shows like on Netflix. So I feel like it keeps coming back to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want, it's just like the bed. Like I want to get rid of the bed. I feel like our bed is too big.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I thought I could have sworn I said that when we...
You probably did.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it was a good bed. But now look at it, it's like, mm-hmm. It's so big. Mm-hmm. And it was expensive. Mm-hmm. But I want to put it on the curb. But I'm not. That's one thing I would have to stay on because we pay way too much for it. Mm-hmm. But just stuff like that. Like I just want to come home and all I see is my plants.
That's how it is now. Come home and all I see is your plants.
I know.
They start
because it's cold.
They start to just grow all over the walls.
A lot of them are there in the house right now because it's cold, but they will go back out to my she shed.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, I feel like, just clean counters and less pieces of furniture. Like we don't need all this stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with it.
No, he ain't with it. 'Cause I'm gonna tell you what he still got. Tell them what you still got in the garage that I just knew I had gotten rid of when we cleaned the garage out. What's there, Walter? It's a big box of size. It's said about this tall and about this wide. What shoe? What's there, Walter?
I don't know.
You know exactly what's there. And then he tried to camouflage it with a trash bag. So I thought it was a bag of mulch. And I said, why do I still got this mulch sitting here? What was it, Walter?
That box of CDs I was supposed to clear out.
CDs, y'all.
I couldn't do it.
Y'all, it's CDs that's scratched, cracked.
I couldn't do it.
Who even got a CD player?
Nobody.
And it's in the garage, y'all. It's still there.
I couldn't do it.
It's still there.
I got ready to throw them away. I couldn't do it. So.
And I don't know what connection or what was holding him to this box. So I haven't gotten rid of it because I don't know the repercussions that's going to bring in our relationship.
Right.
But I'm just waiting. I'm patiently waiting. But I'm gonna tell you this: if it's not gone by the end of this year, I'm just gonna do away with it.
Okay. I'll do something with them by then. I'll take
Bring it up here.
And do what with it?
Put it in one of these closets you got up here.
I might do that. That's a good idea.
Yes, you got plenty of space in the studio to bring your thousands of CDs that nobody plays.
Okay, I'll do that.
You want to just put them on the wall?
No, I'm cool.
Oh, okay.
I took CDs down.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So like I said, I got a hoarder going.
That's
a hoarder situation.
I ain't threw you away.
He get...
I'm holding on to you. I guess I am a hoarder. I ain't threw you away. Good deal. I don't mind.
Oh Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
What's going on in the salon world, in the hair world?
I'm hiring as always. But no, right now I'm really looking for that's one thing that's one thing I want to manifest this year. Mm-hmm. Is help.
No, for real, me too.
I'm gonna manifest help.
Yeah.
And that's part of the control thing. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna manifest help because I do need help and I know it. Yeah. And I gotta quit fighting it. So definitely looking for that's my salon coordinator, my little business partner that's gonna help me with all the business because I need it. Yeah. I mean, simple as that. I need it. Yeah. I have some stylists that I'm looking at. Okay. So the stylist situation isn't as crucial as my help. Yeah. Right. I created the salon again where it's now a 4-station salon again. Mm-hmm. And I'm very happy with the balance and the feng shui of it all. Mm-hmm. So I'm just excited about filling those chairs with the people that I feel like God is going to send me.
Come on.
But business is good. Mm-hmm. Busy. Mm-hmm. you know, I don't need. I was about to make a list of all the things I need to do because I took a week off. Y'all.
You did. Yeah.
I took a week, the first time ever.
It was good having you there.
The whole week.
The whole week to to do some of those.
The keeping their house clean and cooked and all that.
Do some of those things.
I realized, y'all, that I respect housewives way more because that's all they do all day is cook and clean and cook and see about them doggone kids. Like, this is why, we were getting a clean lady this year, a consistent one.
Okay.
Because I can't do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. So yeah, I'm manifesting help. So I'm gonna manifest a new cleaning lady.
I don't think nothing wrong with that. People pay to get that.
Arguing with me about the we can clean up.
I know, but we never make the time to do it, but we should. So
I'm glad you agree.
It's like people pay to get the yard cut. People pay to get their cars washed. You know?
And we're gonna be paying to get this house clean. But so yeah, that's the salon is doing good, you know. But no, I was just saying I took my week off, and my plan was to do a little bit of work on this break, and I did a little bit. Like I fulfilled some orders, but
orders of what?
Just like some hair orders.
Oh, okay.
Orders.
What do you sell?
Hair and oil.
Okay. How can they get it?
At AllisonPerson.com.
Okay.
You're so silly. And I'm gonna launch my new product soon. I hadn't done it yet.
What's it gonna be?
I'm not gonna say it.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be like a lunch thing.
Yes.
But anyway, I was saying that I took the week thinking I was gonna kind of have some time to do some work stuff, but then I was like, you know what? I need this break. And I enjoyed my break with the girls. What?
I think I'm still doing it. Computer free. Uh-oh. Keep going. You good.
Okay. Well, we're having a little bit of Walt's got to fix something. What you drop?
That's my phone. Go ahead.
But no, I was saying that I really enjoyed just having that time with the girls and just not having to think about a lot of things as far as business.
Yeah.
You do need that break, and I think about how other people I listen to and I follow who take that break and they don't think about work. And so I was like, I needed that. And yeah, I could have been working from home and all that, but I was like, you know what?
Take the break.
Just take the break.
Take the break.
But I do have to list some things. I have a list of things I need to do when I get back.
Yeah.
But it's all good, you know. We know the money's there, and you know, we're gonna get back to the money. I'm gonna get back to the money Wednesday. So yeah, so business is good. Business is good.
That's good. That's good.
So how's well, we already know the studio. You already talked about the
studio.
studio.
Yeah, talked about the studio. You know, guess like I said, with some big things coming down the line and renovations, redoing some things. Yeah, kind of just adding some spice and spruce to it and.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just, you know, I'm gonna be very open-minded this year. I'm not really. What I'm gonna do though is try to be a better business owner, because I know I'm a good hairstylist, but I need to focus more on being a good business owner because I'm trying to branch off into other things too. You know, so
I think, like you said, bringing people in and delegating those other things is what's important. And I'm in the same boat. Like, it's some things that we don't need to be doing. You know, we need to have somebody else doing these things, and so we can focus on.
And some things need to be automated too.
Right.
We need to make things more automated.
Right. Just let it work for us. You know. Let things.
I'm definitely focusing on trying to create multiple streams of income. You know, we talked about that. So I have to get the help I need with the salon because I want to branch off into something new. And we don't have to talk about that right now. We'll talk about that once it happens. Because you know, I show and prove. I don't talk. I just do.
Yeah.
But yeah, but besides that, the girls getting big, honey.
Yeah.
I'm sure if y'all follow us on the gram, y'all see the girls getting big. You know, one thing I noticed today though, well yesterday I noticed and I told her as such is that, you know, Moni, who's our oldest, has a natural talent for hair, honey. She got it. She got it. You know, she don't say what she want to do. She's a great student. She always strives for those A's. She pushes herself. She's self-motivated, independent, a leader. She's all the things. And so but then when you ask her what she want to do, she don't know. But then when you see her just watch something one time, like I do, I can watch it one time and I got it. She got it. Like, she got it. And so I'm just excited to see what she does with her God-given talent and with her mental strength. Because I feel like me, I didn't have them both. I was a creative. I'm more like Anna. I was a creative, you know, and so I was just more about just creating, where I feel like Moni is more strategic. She's more of a thinker, and she's trying to figure this thing out. And she ain't gonna say too much. She just gonna do it. And I love to see that. I love to see her growing into that as a young woman. And she bad, y'all. Y'all better watch out for her. She bad. And I mean, she already told me she want to go to Howard, you know. And I'm not going to discourage her from not getting that college experience, you know. I feel like that's what she needs. That's what I did. I got the college experience. But she got a God-given talent, y'all. I don't know.
Yeah, we've been talking, you know, when I pick her up and stuff, those rides home and stuff, you know, we've been talking about college and kind of just figuring out what she wants to do. And
it's only like 3 years from now. That's crazy.
Yeah. And you know, what she wants to major in and pursue as a career or whatever. So
it's crazy watching them grow. That's why I said it's like life is too short. Our kids are growing up so fast. And like Anna, our little creative, she, you know, we got her a sewing machine for Christmas. She's excited about making clothes. And when I say she got it in her blood, honey, she got it in her blood. That seamstress gift is in her blood. She get it from both sides. My side, I come from a long line of seamstresses and Walters, all the women in his family. So, you know, so Anna got it honest. So I'm just excited about nurturing those gifts that the kids have, you know.
She's so creative. Like she watches DIY videos and how to make like stuff, and a lot of times she's not necessarily copying the idea. She'll see something and then kind of get her own idea and start making stuff. And I'm like, yeah, she's very creative in that.
It's just amazing watching creative kids, and they ours.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing.
They come from creative parents.
They do, you know? And you know, I don't know what excites y'all, but that shit really excites me. You know, that really gives me a pride in our parenting, that we're creating these little creatives, that we're nurturing these little creatives, and you know. So when I hear, like, it's just crazy. I don't know. I guess it's just the way, you know, I guess however you live in and whatever you do. Like me and Walter, we just musical people. We creative people. We always playing music. So it feels good when we playing, like, you know, Erica, and I hear Moni hollering from the back. She's singing the song, and like Anna was at April's spending the night with the girls. And, you know, Anna is very, she's very clingy to us, so she doesn't like to spend the night at people's houses. She likes to stay at home. So she called us and she was crying and she was like, I want to go home. And I was like, baby, we are not going to come get you. But then she texted me like an hour later. Was like, and an hour later was like, Mom, I'm happy now because I'm listening to Fuji Live. From the Fugees, you know, you cannot beat that. Like, that was my music back then. Like I said, I really listen to 360 stuff because I listen to like the Fugees. I listen to like Most Def. Like, that was my favorite kind of music. But to know Anna is digging it right off the bat, it's just amazing to me. I don't know about y'all, but little things like that just bring me joy.
Yeah.
Because music is powerful.
Very much so. Very much so.
So.
And so to that point, just a quick side to the point of music is powerful. I think, and this is just me speaking to the creatives and music people in general. Like, I think there's so much room for music to be to expand and be more than what it is right now, especially when we talking about music that we consume, that our kids consume, that our community consumes, that our culture stands behind. There's room for us to do different things than what we're doing. We all listen to, all types of everything, but I say this all the time, we just need more of a buffet spread of things for people, for our kids, for our culture to choose from. Our culture is so just filled with negativity where it comes from, to the point of where, like, I have sessions, man, and it's just like, there's just it's just an energy with the sessions that I feel like, or with the culture that doesn't necessarily always have to be there. It's such a hate, it's such a violent, it's such a, drug abuse, is just women abuse. Like, it's just so much of that. And it's like, it's of course, it's all entertainment, but at some point when people are consuming it so much and it becomes a lifestyle and living it, you can see that in society, you can see that in the culture. And not saying it's just music, it's just everywhere, but if music is something that we take pride in and that we call our own and that we control and we cultivate, then who are we or what are we if we just gonna let it continue to ride the way it is and not say anything or try to do other things?
Yeah.
And so it's always a kind of a balancing act for me, because I like so many other things and I like different types of music, but it's a lot of just rap and things that I deal with, and so it might just be me getting older and my wise or whatever wisdom or whatever you might call it, or it might just be getting old, but like, it's just certain things I don't have as much of a tolerance for that I used to, and when I look out and I see,
I think it has to do with maturity.
Yeah, I see the effects of the music. Like I said, if you listen to somebody say, man, kill a nigga, shoot a nigga, all day long, what you expect those feelings to be, what you expect those thoughts to be. So
yeah, and it's definitely about what you feed in your spirit. Like, I feel like I'm so big on that, like, what you feed in your spirit. That's why I can't tolerate things. Like, it's like, oh, cut it off. Like, I can't. Like, it does something. I mean, it's certain even, I can't watch certain things on TV. But I will say this though, because I'm always like a glass half full kind of person. When I do hear the radio, because like one thing me and Moni do when I take her to school tomorrow, we listen to the Breakfast Club, because during that little time, that's usually like their little news segment, so we don't hear a lot of music. But we do hear some of the songs that they play, and I have heard some songs come on that radio show where somebody's I don't know who the rapper is, honey, but he talks about how he don't drink syrup, he drink water. He's promoting like wellness, but it sounds just like every other strap song. So I was like, okay.
Right. And I think there's artists out there that just don't get their shine.
Yeah, so it's like I feel like there's a lot of artists out there that talk what we need to hear, but what they push is this narrative that, I mean, it's too deep to talk about right now. But I mean, even with the Kanye thing, like, people say Kanye is going crazy, which he is, in my opinion. But some of the stuff he says is true when he talks about the culture and the music. And yes, it's so crazy that we're dealing with that type of Kanye right now. Like, he's bipolarish, and it's like, but it's like 1 minute he says something like, man, that really made sense. The next minute he's saying like, damn, dude, what's wrong with you? But in between that foolishness, some of that stuff does make sense. And other people are talking about it too, But Kanye, I don't know. We have to talk about Kanye on another podcast.
Whole another episode.
But you know, it saddens me to see what's going on with Kanye. But because he was such a leader, he was that person that came out during that era of, you know, the gangster, and he came out with that, you know, that message that just fed us.
Right.
And then so to see him now is kind of weird, but we just know it's out there. So it takes people like us to talk about, like Kirby. Kirby is one of those artists where, you know, she's somebody you should listen to. She has a message. She has, you know, she's feeding you. And I like to be fed. And I can't listen to just trash. You know, I don't know what it is about people that just constantly want to hear negative and angry and rah, rah, rah. It's like, sometimes you gotta, it's okay when you like, I guess a time and place for everything. Right. But I feel like on my way to work, I can't be all hyping gangsta on the way to work, because then you don't get to work and then they wonder why you all hyping. Well, look what you just fed your spirit on the way to work. And then you get mad because somebody say you got an attitude. Well, you came in to work with that spirit. Calm that shit down. Listen to something else.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Like I said, just the balance. Like it's just everything shouldn't be anger, violence, death.
Yeah,
you
gangsta,
know, aggression.
Get that money. Because at the end of the day, I mean, I think you guys are seeing this a lot now. You know, money don't make you happy. You got folks with money killing themselves. You got folks with money, you know, ODing. You know, money is not happiness. And that's why I don't understand why we keep pushing this narrative of money. And it's like, you need to focus on you, your mental health, your mental wealth. Like, that's what's going to bring you happiness, not money. Just like I was in the store, and this girl, I stopped at Sally's, and it was just so random that the girl was like, "Oh, what you gonna do for New Year?" And she was like, "Man, forget New Year's, I'm about this money. If you ain't talking about money," I'm like, she just came into this rant. And I'm like, wow, that's a little aggressive, and that's a little sad. Like, it was just very like weird. Like I don't know. I feel like social media is feeding us this narrative, and and it's like, it's really fucking people up.
I mean, that's a whole nother episode. Like just talking about, you know, social media and the way it affects. I was talking to somebody the other day, and he was literally saying how he gets, you know, depressed and feels away when he gets on social media first thing in the morning. And I was like, bro, that's why I don't do that shit. Like I might go 2-3 weeks without even looking at Instagram or Facebook or anything, you know.
But you can tweak your, like, just like you said, I feel like you can tweak your social media about what your interests are. Like, just like with Gangsta Boo's death being announced, I didn't even see it because that's not what's on my feed.
Right.
My feed is different. And I feel like you can tweak your feed, because as soon as I see something negative, I block it or I unfollow it. Like, all I need is motivational, hair,
and
comedy.
I want you thank you.
Some comedy thrown in the mix.
You be sending me out. There's a full in my thing now.
But
right.
I'm just fights and negative shit. That's not coming up on my Instagram no more.
Yeah.
And if it is, it's a problem. That's not what my algorithm is giving me.
Right.
But I feel like you can control your algorithm. But again, that's the entertainment for a lot of people. But you got to think about it. If your algorithm is constantly throwing you crap every day, you need to start looking at what you're looking at, what you're seeking out.
Because it's gonna give you what you
what you want. Right. And I don't want none of that. So I don't see a lot of stuff. I didn't really find out about Gangsta Boo's death until I popped up. We were just leaving a gospel concert. And I put up my TMZ, because that's what I do at the end of the night. I'm like, let me just see what's on TMZ. That's the first thing I saw. And Walt's like, yep. He knew exactly what I was looking at because of my reaction. But I didn't hear it until. Yeah.
And I knew it. I didn't say nothing when I first found out, because I know that's not your.
I mean, that's not my thing. I mean, I don't let people call me up to tell me who did. That's just not my thing. Don't bring me no bad news. Let me kind of find out organically. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't finna call nobody and say, guess what? Yeah. I just don't like that. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news a lot of times, but That's just a whole nother thing.
Yeah. So I think what we're summing up there is we're having a conversation. I think more people at least we're having a conversation about different things that the culture could be, doing and consuming. I think that's where it starts, because I feel like for so long, we just been silent, and I say we, when I speak just as a race or people of color, we've been silent and, it's just music, it's just entertainment, it's just whatever, but more and more people are starting to kind of speak up about it, be vocal about it, or at least just have a conversation. And the more that happens, the more people will start to create from that standpoint and realize that they can create from a different standpoint instead of trying to be the next so-and-so or the next so-and-so and sound just like them and do what they're doing,
I mean, and again, my glass half full, we still got our Kendrick Lamar's.
Yeah.
We still have Kendrick. We and he's very successful. Like, we still have that, so that gives us hope when we have artists like that. They're successful. That means people are listening to them and seeking them out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's so deep though. We ain't gonna go down that rabbit hole today. But just pay attention to what your kids are looking at and watching. Pay attention to what you watching. Because the world is crazy enough. Mm-hmm. Jesus. Mm-hmm. The world is crazy enough. So, yeah.
This was fun.
We made it through. What time is it? Okay, we're a little over an hour. Mm-hmm. We ran it out, right? All right, y'all. So we start this year off on a good note. Mm-hmm. We did not fuss before we started. It was very smooth sailing. I think this, what? I feel like just the new year period started off right with me and you.
Yeah. I think the last year ended good. I think we came into it.
Yes. Probably because of my break.
Might be.
It probably helped.
I mean, you. That's funny you said it because I was noticing you just not like you just be snapping all the time, but you know what I'm saying? Like I can tell you be into your work mode and you got a lot going on. It's just it can affect your your mood sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I tell you all the time, we feed off of
me.
You know what I'm saying? And so
yeah, I get it, and that's why I'm definitely in this, and I saw that, and so that's why I'm definitely into this, into moving in this journey of, more balance. Mm-hmm. I'm just letting God lead, because I guess this year for me it's just going to be about just what possibilities. Yeah. I'm not going to be, I'm always going to work hard, but I'm not going to stress about things. It's either it's going to happen or it's not. It's for me or it's not. I feel like manifesting the things that God wants for us is what I'm doing this year. Yeah. And just receiving it. And that's it. Because you don't have to work hard. You don't have to work hard for that. What God has for you is for you, and He gonna give it to you. I learned a lot last year, and that's why I want to go into this year more peaceful. Mm-hmm. I don't want to deal with anybody else's mess. I don't want to deal with it was a lot of dealing with other people's stuff. Yeah. And I can't do that anymore. Right. So, like I said, taking the breaks, that set a tone. The end of the year, like we needed in the beginning, it started the year, I get it. Yeah. I get it. I'll just say that I get it. Okay. And I'm going to do more of it.
Good deal. Good deal. All right,
now we can love on each other on the couch.
When I had it down, his first thing somebody said, was that a casting couch? I'm like, what?
Oh. No. Who said that?
Somebody.
No, it's a cuddle couch.
Oh, cuddle.
We're gonna cuddle.
Okay.
Get closer. Mm-hmm. Do the people want to see that?
I don't know.
Do the people want to see that? No. Anyway.
This has been good.
This has been good.
Follow us on Instagram, beautybeatsbalance.
YouTube for sure.
YouTube,
we want to get
subscribe.
our YouTube. Yeah, we want to get our YouTube numbers up. So you guys subscribe, share, comment, all the things.
Mm-hmm. How they say what? Subscribe, like this video, hit the notification bell so you know. Like,
are you gonna put all that on our YouTube? Oh, okay. Yeah. So Walt's gonna take care of that. And y'all will probably be seeing me on another podcast soon too. Ooh, ooh.
You ain't the only one with a new podcast. Ooh,
oh my God.
Ooh, yeah, nah. Nah.
But anyway, thanks for joining us, y'all. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Let's start this year off right. Even if you already fell off your resolution, it's okay. Give yourself some grace. Mm-hmm. And we will see you guys next time. As always, love and light.
Yep.